Okay, so here I am. I started a video and I don't know what happened. It crashed on me. Might have run out of space, I don't know, but I'm going to try again. So I'm here today with some very random stuff because I wanted to continue trying to use some stuff that I never use. And that is, this is a big thing of some of my very random buttons, my vintage ones that I inherited from my grandma and my aunt. This is a big thing of just some laces and trim that I have set aside. And this is just some old book pages. So I've ripped a book page off and I wanted to make some clusters. So I thought I would just kind of, just cut some of the ribbon and fabric up and use this as a base, stack a couple of these ribbons on and glue them on, and then use some of these buttons as the center and just make some little clusters. And the reason I've got it zoomed in is because I was rewatching some of my videos and I wasn't happy with how far away they looked. So I just thought, well, I'll just, zoom in and see what happens. So hopefully this doesn't shut down again. Oh, and here's Odin barking. Let me just pause this and see what he's doing. Okay, I think we're okay. All right, so here we go. I am just going to just do some of my stuff here. We'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna just kind of go like that. And then I'm gonna do that. I don't know how I'm gonna use these, but I'm going to. I'm gonna use these. I'm just gonna figure out a way, and I'm gonna do it. There we go. There we go. That works. All right. So, because these are fabric, I'm gonna use some Fabri-Tac. I can get this open. Oops. Not quite what I planned to do. Let's try this. Okay. Let's do this. Let's just put a little blob of glue there. And we are just going to go like that. And in fact, somewhere here I have something that I can use. Let's just kind of press that down so I don't get my fingers all icky. All right. I'm going to just put a little bit more on there. I'm going to kind of stagger these a little bit. There we go. And then I'll put a little bit more on there. Just get this. Get this on there. Let's just cap that for just a second. Now, I could sew the button on. It would work. But I think on this first one, I'm gonna just try gluing the button on. I want to see if I have a button that will look cute on there. I kind of like that, you guys. Kind of do. That one would probably look cute. Look at that one. That one's very thick. This would have to be a front of the book kind of cluster. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of thick. I do have an abundance of buttons. Look at these. They're all different. All red, all different. I think I'm going to move this so that I've got this light over here. More light. All right. So yeah, that's kind of cute. I like this. So I'm going to go ahead and I should probably have my hot glue gun working, but you know what, Fabri-Tac, to me Fabri-Tac is basically just a cold glue gun. Does that sound stupid? It just seems like, I don't know, it seems like to me it is. Oops, it has come through. It's okay. It will dry and it'll be okay. And now, that can stay right there. I don't have to rip that at all right now. And in fact, you know what might be kind of cute? Make a flower out of this with like this. Okay. Just go something like this. And then cut it. Just cut it kind of wonky. So it's not just a cluster, now it's a flower. And cut around the outside of the line you just drew. So that's a thought. In fact, you could draw a whole bunch of flowers first. And then make your cluster inside of them. Is this too weird and boho for you? It might be. And if it is, just don't do it this way. Use the book page, but use fabric. Maybe fabric that is all neutrals. See, I think that's really cute. And the other thing you can do with this is maybe you can use some colored pencils and make the background pink. Just make some, you know, put some color in the background. But I think that's really cute. So I am going to do another one, and I'm going to go like this. I don't know if you can see this in the picture, but this is a very thick end. I don't think I want to use that for a cluster. Boy, isn't that pretty? Both sides of that. But I'm gonna cut off this next piece here like that. Let's see what else I might have in here that might be a kind of a tan color. Oh goodness, I have a very long, this is really long. I have had this stuff forever, absolutely forever. See, here's a good way to make this a little bit more neutral. See how I just avoided all this color, this beautiful color. So it's a little bit less boho. And now look what else I've found here. This little lovely. I have 3 lovely little pieces here. Similar and yet very different. They could all go like this. And then I could find a pretty button. See, this could be a nice big button here because these pieces are a little bit bigger. The other thing you can do is, because these pieces are a little bit bigger, is you could kind of gather them here. In fact, let's give that a shot. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Doesn't work very well. I mean, I'm trying to do this as a thin layer here. Okay, now I'm just gonna kind of go like that. There. I love when fabric does that. And then I'm gonna put glue on top of this. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. And I'm gonna put this on and try and gather just the middle here. And then on top of that, I'm going to just lay that across. Yes, I am one of those people who does not like to get their fingers dirty. It's just one of those things. And yet, as a child, I was one of those people, one of those kids who loved to put the glue on my fingers and peel it off. But now as an adult, it is one of those things that I do not like. Do not like. Now the other fun thing you could do here is you could staple right here and then glue the button on top. Because if you put this down, you know, when you glue this onto, I apologize for my dog. When you glue this onto whatever you're going to glue it onto, no one's going to see that staple. And you're covering the staple from the top with your button. Now I am certain that I've got some other really cool buttons here too that would probably look nice with this. I'm sure I've got a gold button too. Oh, that one would look cool, wouldn't it? I'd have to clip off that backing, I think. All right, so all I'm trying to do here is get that to stay and not pull up. So I think I'm gonna try to staple that, but my problem is I don't want to get that glue on my stapler. There, it worked. Okay, so I think what I want to do here is see if I can get that off of there. I think it'll work. I think I can do it. Sometimes it takes a little twisting and stuff. Oh, I don't know what I've done here. Looks like I got it stuck. I don't know if almost feels like I gotta take my glasses off. Like I almost feel like I can get the top of this button off and use it like that. Thing looks like it wants to go. Oh. Let's try this way. It sure does want to be smushed. I can tell you that much. Okay, I got part of it. Got part of it. Okay. May be able to use it just like this. I don't know. And in fact, I can probably see if I can just kind of gently flatten that. So there. I think that would be okay. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Use all the goo that ran out of this. Don't you hate that? If you use Fabri-Tac, you've probably run into that problem. What do you do to combat that, if anything? There we go. Now that should work. So there is cluster number 2. So here's our first one with a little flower drawn around it. Again, don't need to do that. On this particular one, I'm going to do ripping. In fact, I can do that right now. Just gonna, because I've used an old book page, this will rip so easily, and you can rip it exactly as you want to because the paper is thin and easy to rip. And then you can, you know, edge this with some of your ink. And don't forget all those little pieces of fabric that you have set aside. They work too. You know, pair your fabrics with your laces and they'll look lovely as well. What else do I have handy? Whoops, I think something just flew across my table. I'm just looking to see if I've got anything else in here that is dying to get put into a cluster. Maybe that's the same blue. I could do, let's see, could do something in blue. I'll get that out of there. Oh, that's not what I wanted to use. There's a blue something or other. And then this is just, yeah, it's more like a fiber, but there's no reason why you can't use it. I'm just going to cut the blue piece off. And then there's something blue. There. Let's just throw this down first. And then we can put that in there. Let's just do that. And you know what? I kind of liked the idea of kind of, you know, getting it all scrunched up like that. This one doesn't need to be scrunched though, but this can be scrunched a little bit. And yeah, let's see if we can get this stapled. And as long as you hit all 3 of them here. There. And then pick a button that works. I think something small would work on this. And it doesn't have to be blue. I could choose white because there's white in this. Choose off-white. That's a cute blue. Kind of like that white though. Let's do it. Let's glue this little white on. And this way, it shows you how quick and easy this can be. If you, holy cow, look at that. I think I've got to do something about that. This shows you how quick and easy this can actually be. If you don't want to put a whole lot of thought, egads, a whole lot of thought and time into it. You just want to, you know, use this stuff. Get it moving. Get it off your desk, out of your stash, and used up. So I just want to be careful that I put this on top of the staples so that you can't see the staples. Ideally, I would want to use my hot glue gun with the button, to be honest. But I think this is going to work just fine. And there we go. I might go back in and put a little bit of glue underneath these layers, but there's the idea. And there you have it. Here's what we just accomplished in that short little period of time. So just an idea, a way to get rid of some stuff on your table. So I hope that helped, and I hope you followed along with me and created something new. And thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Bye now.